Okay, the evil eye, the malocchio. How do you solve a curse that's been placed upon you when you don't even know who's done it? In the background, I'm playing a mantra that is supposed to counteract and dispel the curse of the evil eye, the malocchio. Now, the evil eye predates human history, and I think it also predates oral history because since humans have been on the planet, they've envied each other. And the evil eye comes from envy. You know, back in the caveman days, they would go, that means you got evil eye. Somebody put an evil eye on you. You're a good hunter, you're a good gatherer. The other ones in the tribe that are not good hunters and good gatherers look at you with envy. In my life, I've noticed when the evil eye plays a curse on you. And that's why I wear this, right? This is the Nazar. This bracelet protects me from the evil eye. I have the evil eye placed upon me recently. Who did it? Nobody knows. And where it comes from? I mean, now, it used to be, it was a line of sight, right? People look at you with envy, maleficent feelings, and it would manifest, it would alter your destiny. You know how they say power of thought, positive manifestation. Well, there's also negative manifestation. People can look at you with envy and place a curse upon you. Just think, in life we want to be happy. We would like to be popular, have a good family, good friends. But ask yourself, how come the most famous, the richest, the most powerful people end up in despair? Because so many eyes are trained upon them with envy and maleficence that they can't withstand it. They don't prepare for it, and even maybe encourage it in a way. How you act and how you are in front of other people can greatly affect the destiny of your life. And it doesn't matter how good you are and how sweet you are, somebody, somewhere is going to envy you. So one of the things I do and how do you notice when the evil eye is placed upon you? The first thing, for me, is my hair goes all frizzy, right? It almost becomes like an afro. It's like my being is saying, hey, wake up. There's a curse on you. No, but I don't pay attention. I just think, oh yeah, whatever. Bad head, or I slept funny and then just went out of control. The second thing is I am an extremely lucky person. I mean, insane luck. When things start to go wrong, when things become, what they say, it's just coincidence. No, there's no such thing as coincidence. You manifest destiny upon you, and people can also alter that destiny upon you. So when things start to go wrong in not once a month or once in a year, it's when it starts to go on like a weekly, daily, multiple times in a day, I know someone has placed the evil eye upon me. So I listen to the mantra. This mantra repeats every 30 seconds. So while you're listening to me, if you take the time of the video and multiply it by 2, like the minutes of the video, and multiply it by 2, because 30 seconds go into a minute twice, that's how many times you've heard the mantra. So if this is 20 minutes long, you'll hear the mantra 40 times. Also, as I showed you, right, I wear the Nazar. The Nazar is a blue eye, and it goes, I think it predates Egypt back to Babylon. In the time of Babylon, they were more aware of the world and the supernatural. Now, when I talk about supernatural, I'm not saying, a witch in her cauldron. I'm talking about the spiritual being and how it interacts in the universe. And I think the Nazar dates back to that, or even before that. Now, every culture in the world has the evil eye. Every culture. All throughout the Middle East, all throughout Africa, all throughout Asia, all throughout North America, all throughout the entire world, everybody has a version of the evil eye, and they're about 90% the same, right? To me, if that many people, if you are listening to me, probably believe in the evil eye, the malocchio, right? The Latin word for the evil eye. Many times the Nazar comes with a bell. And you ring the bell to get rid of there's a lot of ways to get rid of the curse of the evil eye. What you're listening to one right now, which is the mantra. The bell, if you ever go into a convenience store or any kind of store, I'm in my 60s. When I was young, whatever store you went into, there was a bell, right? Like what you would consider almost like a cowbell, but it was an Nazar. And when you open the door, the bell would ring, right? And people thought, it's a way of telling the shopkeeper that someone's entered the store. No. It's an Nazar that when you hear that bell ring, you look up at the bell, right? It's human nature. You look up. And that is supposed to ward off evil intentions, right? If you're going in to shoplift or rob the store owner, that sudden awareness, that bell going off, is supposed to remove those evil thoughts. This goes back prehistory. I'm serious. This is like something you need to take seriously. It can alter your future, right? Alter your destiny. If you go with the evil eye curse upon you, you're going to experience poor health, poor financial health, problems with relationships, every kind of problem that you can think of and that you can't think of will occur. Because it's deep rooted in human envy. And that envy becomes malevolent. It becomes a powerful force that you're not even aware of. Take a look at the most fabulous, famous, richest, most prosperous people in the world, and you will find they fall apart. And why do they fall apart? With such wealth, such fame, and such material I live in a house, very simple. But some of these people live in mansions, like it's just 70,000, 100,000, 200,000 square feet, where you could have yachts and helicopters and private planes, and they fall apart because the rest of the world is watching with envy. How many people have you seen and you thought, I wish I had that? That's envy. That is the definition of envy. When you want something that somebody else has, and you, without knowing it, are casting the evil eye, the malokyo, on another person. Instead of being happy for that person, instead of being happy for that family member, instead of being happy for that friend, you think to yourself, why can't I have that? Or why can't I have that relationship? And then, when you say, why can't I have that relationship? The relationship ends because you cast the evil eye on that person, and then your destiny changes. Because it's not also who affects you, but the results of that effect that go back on the person who cast the evil eye. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. Right? I believe that envy is one of the 7 deadly sins. Now think of the 7 deadly sins. They are the deadliest sins known to humanity. And envy is one of the 7. Of all the sins there are 7, I'm going to go like that, 7 that are the worst. What does that mean? The most powerful sins. The general of the demon armies are the 7 deadly sins. And one of them is envy. How powerful that is. Against you, right? And for other people that cast it. Because you don't get away scot-free. Everybody's hurt. So get yourself a Nazar, and this one that I have, I think I mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. The way it works, 2 ways. If someone casts, because people have different spiritual strength, right? So if somebody of exceptional spiritual strength casts upon you the evil eye, the eye of the Nazar, right? That eye of the Nazar will fall off because you're getting attacked, it's counterattack, and it will fall off. So you got to get a new one. Second, if the band breaks, right? If the band breaks, it's for basically 2 reasons. Somebody's casting an exceptionally strong evil eye on you, or you're breaking the curse. Now, if the eye pops off and the band breaks, well, you're on your own, because I don't want to be anywhere near you, because you're cursed, I don't know, by a arch magician or something, or a arch witch, or some kind of crazy powerful entity. So as long as that, as long as the eye doesn't pop off and the band break at the same time, you should be okay. But that should counteract. I've been talking for about 15 minutes, so you've heard the mantra 30 times. I like to listen to the mantra about 100 times. So today has been what spurred me to making this video, is I've been hitting an unusual amount of misfortune, right? And that's how you look at it. When you start arguing with people that you normally don't argue with, when things show up that you didn't plan for, when unusual bills come out of the blue, or the timing of things, you know it. You're in your soul, you know, in your mind, in your subconscious, you know when things are not right. For me, it starts with my hair, right? I haven't been able to control my hair for like a month and a half, which is weird because a month and a half ago, about was when it started. 2 months ago, I have a summer home, which I'm at now, which overlooks the ocean. I got it for less than I paid for my car out of power sale. It's just incredible. First day I stepped into the house, I was presented problems and I found solutions. But it's been problem after problem after problem. At 5 years, I've had this home and I've come every summer and never a single problem. But all of a sudden, a problem. Now, did the evil eye happen when I was leaving and talking to friends about where I was going and family, right? Did it happen en route? Did somebody see me and my interactions with people and get jealous, right? Envious? Was it when I first came into town, right? Because I have sort of a ritual that I do when I come into town, because town has about 2,500 people in it. It's the largest town, but in the area. But I have to say hi to everybody. And it's weird because when I come into town, I stop in the first place, right? Create a commotion, like they know, like it's me, right? I'm a golden retriever puppy. I want to have fun. I want to be taken for walks. I want my belly rubbed. They feed me, rub my belly, and take me for walks, and I'm happy. So by the time I get to the end of town and heading to my house, people already know I'm here. So as I'm stopping to say hello to everybody, did somebody cast a spell on me? Because that symbol is to counter the evil eye and prevent it from happening. And that goes back to the Roman era, right? When did it happen? I don't know. You'll never know who did it to you or the people that did it to you or the circumstances that caused them to cast the evil eye upon you, the malevolent look, the maleficent look. But once you realize you have it, right? You probably don't know you have it, but you have to look at your life. When was my life good and happy, everything going smooth, right? And as that moves forward, am I still in that happiness, content, or does all of a sudden something go wrong? And now a new life, a new reality, an altered destiny show up where things are constantly not exactly how they used to be. Weird things are happening. There's some bad luck, right? That's the evil eye. That's the malokyo. And you have to fight very hard against it. Now, this is not a physical fight. You can't go out and just get into a confrontation with someone because you don't know who or whom cast it upon you. But you can take the steps to counteract that. And one of them is this mantra, which I'm going to turn up a little bit. It's been running in the background. It's already played almost 40 times, right? And we're going to just, this mantra repeats every 30 seconds. So while I've turned it up, if you could take the time to like, share, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Because I'm doing this for your well-being. So, hey, help me out a little bit. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll bring you more information about the craziness of the universe and the things that can hurt you and what you can do to counteract that and live a happy, positive, prosperous life. So we're going to end it with 30 seconds of the mantra, which you have been listening to 44 times in the time that I've been talking. Okay, so remember, if this brought you any peace, if this helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. That's it for now.